What is up, guys? Cambo back here. I'm in my car as usual. Got the shop in the back. But anyways, this is the week review. Well, then we'll get into some more tips. I did all reasonably alright, but I think I just put the multis in the wrong spot. But for the footy, I got 7 out of 9. The only games I got wrong were the Giants losing to the Dogs and the Pies losing to Swans. Got everything else right. I was even at the Freo game last week, Forever Monday. I can't believe it. Oh, wow. In the last of an era, really, it was true. NRL, I got 6 out of 8 right. I mean, I want to get more than that, but it is what it is. The only games I got wrong were I put Panthers to beat the Storm and Dragons to beat the Raiders. I got the boxing right. Teofimo Lopez knocked out Pedro Campa. Beautiful work, by the way. Just all over him. The UFC Fight Night, I betted on Chito Vera to beat Dominic Cruz, and it was a KO in the 4th round. Head kick, and he had dropped it multiple times before. It was beautiful. A great fight. Watch it if you can. With EPL, I betted on 5 games. 1 game still yet to go at this time of filming. The only one I've gotten wrong so far was the West Ham Nottingham Forest one. But anyways, moving on to next week, because we got some great sport, and I thought I'll do something different this week. Because we got a good UFC that I'm very excited for this weekend. UFC Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards 2. Second time. They haven't fought each other in 4 or 5 years, I reckon. Something like that. Back then, both of them were completely different fighters. Now, looking at this, looks incredible. I will get to that in a minute. But we'll start from the very beginning, from the prelims. Well, at least what shows on Safari so far. This is what I'm going to be betting on. Sean Woodson versus Luis Saldana. I'm betting on Sean Woodson. I would give you guys all the facts, but I did all research in the morning and it take me too long to explain. I'm just going to fly through them. AJ Fletcher versus Angie Lusa. I'm going Angie Lusa. Quillen Aurora, I think that's how you said, versus Jay Perrin. I'm going Quillen. Daniel Da Silva versus Victor Altamirano. I'm going Victor. Tyson Pedro, I like him. I've watched him for a long time. Versus Harry Hunsucker. I'm going to go Tyson Pedro. Yanin Wu versus Lucy Pudiova. I'm going to go Lucy. Leonardo Santos versus Jared Gordon. I'm going to go Jared Gordon. Marcin Tibura versus Alexander Romanov. I'm going to go Alexander Romanov. Amir Al-Bazi versus Francisco Figueiredo. I think this is his brother or something. But if he fights anywhere like his brother does, I'm putting my money on that guy. Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. You know, this should be an easy one. I think Luke Rockhold's out and gone. Get rid of him. I'm sorry. Get rid of him. He's had his time. He's got a weak chin nowadays. Paulo Costa hits like a fucking freight train. Put your money on Paulo Costa to win that fight. Jose Aldo, living legend. Still can't believe he's only in like mid-30s. Like, that guy's been around for such a long time. I remember as a young kid, like, watching him, and I was like, yeah, he's been around forever. And no, I was like, yeah, he had been around forever that time, but he was still really young. And he still is quite young. Jose Aldo versus Merab Devolish. I looked at this Merab guy. He does look legit. He looks legit, and I love Jose Aldo, and he has been on a tear lately, but it's hard for me to pick him when at this age. I know he looks great, but I'm putting my money on Merab. Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards 2. Okay, let's go into this one because I like this one. Usman is one of the pound-for-pound best fighters, getting up there. His legacy is insane with wins over Jorge Masvidal, Gilbert Burns, Colby Covington, a couple of them twice. And then you had other ones off the top of my head. I can't remember, but he's been pretty much most of the welterweight division. He's lapping them right now. Leon Edwards, the #1 contender. I think he's only lost once, and that was to Kamaru Usman, and that was years ago. He's wiped the floor with everybody else in front of him. Although everyone likes to say that Nate Diaz rocked him and everything, which, fair enough, he did rock him. But that was in the last round. 5-round fight where Leon Edwards schooled the shit out of him. So, technicality, Leon Edwards looked like he has a bit more technical striking, while Kamaru Usman has the power and just the killer ferocity in him. because he's got wrestling, this ridiculous wrestling on top. I love Leon Edwards, and it's an underdog story. Like, and I would like to see him win, but I love Kamaru Usman as well. And I just see Kamaru Usman has multiple things going for him, while Leon really just has the striking. And if you get a wrestler against a striker, and he can bloody power punch as well, I'm putting my money as a safe bet. Kamaru Usman's the way to go, and he's just going to show again why he is the pound for pound best fighter next to Alexander Volkanovski, the Aussie boy. So that's for the UFC. Boxing, Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk. I'm pretty sure it's this Sunday. I wish I could watch both fights live, but you know what? I just don't think I can, because they're always on around the same time for us in Australia. Well, I know it doesn't make a difference, but and they don't show them at the pubs. They always show at the UFC, which is fair enough. We'll see what happens, because I want to go watch it at the pub, and it turns out the UFC's on. Hey, I'm cool with that. But Anthony Joshua versus Alexander Usyk 2. Can AJ bring back his belts, or will Alexander show the world why he is the top dog again? Probably one of the best, if not the best, cruiserweights of all time. And they moved up to heavyweight, conquered the division. He's a unified champion now. He just has one belt missing, and it's in Tyson Fury's hands. I'm not even going to get into him right now. Anthony Joshua, one of my favorite boxers. He's always looked down upon because he's like power puncher, but this guy has a pedigree. He's unified those belts multiple times. He beat Klitschko, he's beaten Ruiz, he's beaten Dillian Whyte, he's beaten, I think it's Chisora. He's beaten so many people, man. Like, everyone underlooks this guy. I know with the last fight, Alexander Usyk just schooled him. Like, there was not, I think maybe Joshua won 2 rounds. That's because Alexander, let's be honest, let him win those rounds. I don't see it going much more different. I think Joshua, as much as I love him, and he definitely can win with a big couple of hits, I think Alexander Usyk will show us why the hell he is probably going to be one of the best heavyweights, best cruiserweights, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in boxing history. He will show us again this weekend. As much as I would love to see AJ win and see a trilogy fight, I just don't see him getting past Alexander Usyk. So all those bets, I'm just going purely combat sports this weekend. I will be watching the footy. We'll be watching I'll be supporting my Fremantle boys. And it looks like we're going to hopefully make the top 4. If certain teams lose and we win again, we make the top 4. Looking great year for us. I think I'll make a separate video for my excitement for Fremantle in the finals. But this week, it's all about fighting, baby. It's all about fighting. And we'll get some money. I've done the research. Now you just have to put your money on it. Have a good weekend, guys.